Okay, the final video in this series. We're on the Meister task repair template that we're just about to roll out. Um, Hopefully you watched the previous videos. You should have. This one's for the coordinator. So Pete, this is you, and hopefully it won't be you someday soon. You'll be onto upper level management. You're definitely capable of that. If not running the whole company, who knows? But I'm going to torture you with a continuation of the previous two torturous videos. So we're just going to pick up where we left off. You heard me hopefully hitting the supervisor with all those things, and really, we want you less involved with the day to day and more involved in other bigger things, which you are currently doing. But you still got to know what's going on, and you still need to be checking on your people. So I had a nice Zoom meeting with Fred, and it really didn't start. I'm not going to start in this particular one, but I'll start with really kind of as I see your day going here. Being that you're less involved with the job, so I think you want to definitely take a peek at things at the start of the day. If you don't know how to use your agenda, get it set up. I would use it. It's so powerful, and there's ways that you can tie up a lot of folders, the employee folder to have it show up in your face here on your agenda. Um, you can um, pin those to your agenda. But if you don't have them pinned to your agenda, if you want to do it that way, that's fine. You can come into the employee folders, and you're going to manage everybody that's within your division. So, some people cross over. Maybe I'll talk to Frank. We'll say who's going to personally manage the secretary. I mean, Corey's, she's the office manager. She should be managing the secretary, but one of us should be managing Corey and the secretary about the same choice. So you can just keep an eye on things. If you see, stuff in here that you're in, involved with, sometimes somehow tied to the repair thing, you can jump in here. So let's see. I'll just look at these real quick. So nothing in here currently going on in your that would affect your world. Maybe Frank's working on something that would really be important to you. You can make yourself a watcher on that and pin that to your home board. I had actually done that with this. So this one, that pin is my pin. So KB is watching this. I actually tagged this thing as a part of a video. Not that but yeah, I'm involved in marketing. Maybe I want to follow this thing and see what Frank's doing with that. Or Frank could, when he builds this task, could make me watch it because I'm a co-marketing oversight guy. That's how I think we should be doing it. If Frank's doing something that's not clearly defined, and we're both doing it, then I should be aware of it. But if this is my purview, if I'm in charge of marketing, and he wants to give an assignment, he should, no problem, just make me a watcher so I know what's going on. That way I can jump in here and comment like, no, I really would prefer to go to a different direction, or that's great, guys. Yeah, follow Frank's plan, but add this onto it so you can use that too as a. Managing the repair division, obviously you know who your guys are. You got, Vinny, because Vinny's involved. It's a repair. He's working on the sale, so he's another one of those kind of half in, half out guys. But I would say I think he should be yours. So you're um, So administratively, so I'm kind of, this is not necessarily a repair division thing, but while you're in here, hey, Vinny, what's going on with this thing? Why are you so late? You know, he should, I would just jump onto here, hit the activities board, hit Vinny with something, and then that's got to have a reply and a timely reply. If you need more time, if it's getting to overdue, Vinny, you should be teaching Vinny, you hop on here. I just need a little more time, bogged down with this, bogged down with that, and then Vinny should be inspired to change the due date to whatever it would be, another 2 days later or something. And then you, as his manager, ultimately responsible for him, would be like, hey, get that done sooner, or hey, I see all the stuff you're working on, and I'm going to reorder your stuff. This is a little higher priority. You gave him a notification, and then you come in here. You should be doing that all the time, like moving stuff around. This is what I'm, you're my guy. I need you to use your time efficiently. So I look through all the things that you're working on and I'm going to reorder them for you. And yeah, you don't need 2 days. Get that done by the end of the day, please. And, pick and choose when you do that. You don't got to micromanage their day for them. But if it's something important that you really want, because you need it to work on something else, and he might not be aware of that. That's why you do that. Steve is obviously one of your guys, and Gil's your guy. So same thing. The merits and demerits. This is a reoccurring thing. This is probably going to be gone soon. That's all going to be um, addressed the way we're doing the merits and demerits. So that won't be there. And you're in charge of. I wouldn't let the guys. They don't get to archive. Oh, you're lucky. My battery's running low. So they should have to. Let me see how much power I got. The gods have spoken, Pete. I got 11%. I got to get this done. You should come in here and then just archive these things out for him. And if it's not done or whatever, or you don't like the way, whatever, you can say, nope, I'm on completing this thing. You got more work to do in that. So, you got to make your judgment call on the severity of these things. You don't got to bust the guy's balls, but if stuff's starting to get, really old here, like this evaluations, you got to give him a tickle on that. This should not be this many overdue, especially now. We're in a slowdown right here. So enough on that. Same thing to Gil, and then reorder these things for them. Jump in the activities, give him a tickle. Lou, I don't know who's responsible for Lou. We got to settle on that if it's going to be you or Gil. I mean, you or Fred, or maybe Frank takes over Lou. I don't know because Lou's kind of a freelancer. And then me, you can always bust my balls about stuff. I know you're not ashamed to do that. So that's that. We're gonna get back out of here. Homepage, back into hopefully quickly get this thing done. Where we were in that template, EMS, no, not an EMS job. Excuse me. We were in a repair job for a video tutorial. Right? Nope, I did it again. Sorry. Ay, ay, ay. A repair job for a video tutorial. So, you heard all the other videos, just into your oversight, and you're pretty much doing the same thing that the supervisor was doing. You're looking for non-compliance really, and then judging the severity on it. And then if someone didn't write up a non-compliant report, and they really should have, you can do it the same way. First one's free. Next time I'm writing you up. You can't let those things go, you know. And then you know, so no, I'm in the supervisor. I'm sorry. I'm getting a little batty. This is my fifth video in a row here today. I must have moved your folder. Oh no, there it is. Coordinator oversight. So I had already assigned the tag to it. You would assign that tag. You would overlook the project for compliance, check the activity boards that we talked about, read all the job notes. You should be doing that every day, but just one more read over. It could highlight that, hey, there was something going on with this job, which would inspire you to read the activities board to see if it was handled correctly. You can't be involved in every little thing. You got to trust your staff to do these things, but this is the way for you to really double check to make sure it was handled right. You're just trying to you're trying to learn how people think. Learn how courageous of a manager is Steve? Is he willing to write up Gil for non-compliance? His guy that he has to work with every day. But if Gil's making the same mistakes over and over again, he damn well fucking better write him up. Gil's got to get better at it, or we got to replace him. If it's that egregious, you got to pick and choose. So you look into it, you decide, add the tag, and then move it over to Frank. So that's really how we think your day is best spent, not being so involved. I mean, you're going to have to be involved in production on a job level, but you pick and choose where and when. You're experienced enough. What we want you less involved in that and more involved in general oversight. So that's what I look at as I'm your superior, right? So I'm looking at in the employees folder all these things that are overdue and nothing's being done about it. Nothing's being said. So if it's overdue, something's wrong. It's either somebody didn't change the due date. If there's no due date change and there's um, not a tickle from you in there or somebody in there, then that's 2 or 3 people that aren't doing their job right, as far as I'm concerned. So that's what we're looking for. Um, if you're not doing your job, I have no hope for anybody else. So how can I ever expect you to really get on this guy when you're not doing your job the way that I want your job done? And that's when I say me and Frank, we all are in agreement. So and you have been a shining example of what it's like to be, and we proved it. We made you a shareholder. So these aren't hollow words, but I need you to be fucking Johnny Rockstar on this on MT so that I can jump in, and I wouldn't do that. I'm not going to necessarily jump into him. I'm going to say it to you first, and if I see it's happening over and over again, I'm gonna do both at the same time. I'm gonna I'm gonna hit him with the thing, and I'm gonna CC you on it. That's what I've done in the past. You know, I've given you opportunities to address these things that's still getting overlooked. Now I'm going to do your job for you and show you that I'm doing your job for you. And that's kind of the nice way of kind of, hey, let's go, get this thing going better. So, I know you'll know what I mean, and it might come off as a little aggressive, but that's me being a firm manager. You got to be a firm manager. He's got to be a firm manager. If you're afraid of hurting people's feelings, uh, then maybe you shouldn't be this guy. And I know you're plenty good at being the hammer. Maybe too good at times. So consider that. And if I'm being too harsh with someone, or and if I'm overstepping my bounds, then you should swat me in the nose. So I'm going to make that commitment to you. I won't overstep and say anything to this guy. I'll say it to you first, and then I'm just going to watch and see how it's handled. And if it's not handled right, I'll give you another tickle. And then if I'm getting perturbed, then I'll jump in and don't get mad at me for jumping in. And I'm only going to jump in if it's warranted, 2 or 3 times being mentioned, and you keep missing it, you know. And it's on me to give you a non-compliance. I don't want to do it, but I would because I want to make you awesome. Uh, you're the face of true restoration. So if I'm Vinny, if I'm Fred, I'm saying, holy fuck, these guys are for real. They made Pete a shareholder. I want some fucking shares, man. How do I get shares? How do you get shares? You got to be a rock star. So you got your shares, you earned them, and maybe you get more someday. Maybe you get a whole office someday. I don't know, but let's keep this thing going, man. We got a good thing going. Got a great team. Thank you for your time. I did it on 12 minutes. That's a record. I hope you're impressed. Thanks for being a part of True Restoration.